I'd like to welcome everybody tonight. Okay, roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
Here.
Becky Duncan.
Here.
Jenny Ledbetter.
Here.
Vanessa Matthews.
Here.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
Here.
All present.
All right. Need approval for the meeting on, regular meeting on May 2019. Read them for us, please.
Be it remembered that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen met in regular monthly session Monday, May 13th, 2019 at 6 p.m. at City Hall in Jamestown, when the following proceedings were had and entered of record to wit. Present and presiding, the Honorable Lyndon Baines, Mayor, Gail Dishman, Recorder, and on a roll call by the City Recorder, the following members of the Board were present: Charles Cooper, Becky Duncan, Jenny Ledbetter, Vanessa Matthews, and Elizabeth Pendergrass. Mayor Baines called the meeting to order and welcomed everyone for attending. The minutes from the previous meeting were read, and on a motion by Vanessa Matthews, seconded by Jenny Ledbetter, the Board on a roll call vote, all for and none against, approved the minutes for April 2019. Mayor Baines asked if there was any citizens that would like to address the Board with any matters or concerns. The Farmers Market addressed the Board and asked if they could set up every Saturday if there were no other events scheduled. They explained what a great outcome they have had on the times that they have been set up so far this year. Sales have doubled and more people in the downtown area. They also explained that they have purchased the necessary liability insurance and the tents the mayor let them know they needed. They thanked the Board for considering their request and letting them speak. On a motion by Jenny Ledbetter, seconded by Charles Cooper, the Board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved for the Farmers Market to set up on Saturdays downtown on the square in the city parking lot. Mayor Baines gave the mayor's report. He stated the FAA had approved the 100% funding in the amount of $6.7 million for the runway project at the airport. He also talked about a sidewalk grant that he was working with TDOT and Upper Cumberland Development District on. Then he praised the city workers for the gate that had been built at the park in YII area, stated that they had done a great job and saved the city $2,800. Tom Bennett with the Bennett and Associates gave the engineer report. Gary South, the building inspector, gave his report. Attorney Allred then gave the attorney's report. On a motion by Elizabeth Pendergrass, second by Becky Duncan, the Board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved Tennessee Water to look at the financials of the water and sewer by approving a confidentiality agreement. On a motion by Vanessa Matthews, seconded by Charles Cooper, the Board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved Resolution 932, authorizing a tourism enhancement grant. On a motion by Vanessa Matthews, seconded by Jenny Ledbetter, the Board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved financials for April 2019. On a motion by Elizabeth Pendergrass, seconded by Vanessa Matthews, the Board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved the monthly bills for April 2019 in the amount of $499,021.96. With no further business, on a motion by Elizabeth Pendergrass, seconded by Becky Duncan, the Board voted to adjourn.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Ms. Duncan. Any discussion? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Matthews. Roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper.
For.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All for, none against.
All right, we need to approval of the minutes from the special call meeting on May the 30th of 2019.
Be it remembered that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen met in a special called session on Thursday, May 30th, 2019 at 5 p.m. at City Hall in Jamestown when the following proceedings were had and entered of record to wit. Present and presiding, the Honorable Lyndon Baines, Mayor, Gail Dishman, Recorder, and the following members of the Board were present: Charles Cooper, Becky Duncan, Jenny Ledbetter, Elizabeth Pendergrass. Absent, Vanessa Matthews. Mayor Baines called the meeting to order and read the official call for the special called meeting's purpose. On a motion by Elizabeth Pendergrass, seconded by Jenny Ledbetter, the Board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved Catherine Green, who has been working as city at the city since early part of the year through a work grant, approved part-time through June, and then once the grant is complete. On a motion by Elizabeth Pendergrass, second by Charles Cooper, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved Michelle Potter to fill Rebecca Knight's position, who is retiring at the end of June 2019. With no further business, on a motion by Elizabeth Pendergrass, second by Charles Cooper, the board voted to adjourn.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for the special call meeting?
I'll make.
Made by Ms. Ledbetter. Any discussion? Do I have a second?
I second them.
Seconded by Ms. Pendergrass. Roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper.
Four.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Judy Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All for, none against.
Motion passes. I want to make a statement before we get into anything else. As far as the rumors going around town about the water, there's nothing going on with the water. There's no, if there is something going on with the water, you will know about it. There'll be a public meeting, at least 2. So before anybody said anything, the rumors going around town that we've already done it and all this stuff is completely false. So I want to make that much, does everybody know that nothing's happening on that? And if it does happen, it's going to be way down the road. But right now, nothing's going to happen because nothing's been done. So I want to lay that out there for everybody to know. All right. Any grievances from citizens?
When is the upkeep on these houses that these people's put in for? When's all that gonna start?
You're talking about like from Miss Bowden and stuff? We're working on it. I talked to Amanda today, actually. What's that thinking? She was, all the paperwork is still, it should be done pretty soon. It should be done within by the end of the month, I'm hoping.
Well, you know, it's been since September.
Right. And for before, you know what happened before with other things that happened with other people is what I'm saying. Somebody else that was here. But now it's being taken care of. And me and Amanda's been working on this and trying to get this done. Yeah, so that's what we're trying
Well,
to do.
what's the holdup on it?
Paperwork with the state. We've got houses we've already applied for. We've had 3 more apply. One right now looks like it's gonna be turned down because it's too far gone. But once the numbers are crunched, and she should have it done by the end of this month, is what she told me today. So it should be taken care of. But I have been working on it, and I talked to Ms. Bowden at least twice about it. Yeah, so she came to my office and we had a long talk about it.
She's a little impatient.
Oh, I understand. And I told her I did understand. I understand her being impatient. And I told her I understand completely. But I can't do anything until the paperwork's done. But if I could, and I've called Amanda and I'm trying to get this moved up as fast as I can. I'm trying to help as much as I can.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. Report from the mayor. I want to tell y'all that the fly-in we had was a great success. We had over 90 cars show up at the car show. We had people lined up for at least 45-minute wait to ride an airplane. And we had a great response. We had people from car shows come all the way from Morgan County, Wattsburg, Monterey, Cookeville, Russell Springs, Kentucky. A big turnout, and they were really happy. We had the American Legion there selling food. They done great. Been already plans. People are talking about coming back next year already, and so we're working on that. Also, we're still waiting on the grant to come back for the FAA, getting everything finalized. Once everything's finalized and I sign the contracts, we'll be putting that out to bid. We don't know when that will happen yet, but as soon as it does, we will have that done. And for the public who wasn't here earlier, during the work session, I told the council that me and County Executive Jimmy Johnson went to Nashville last Monday to speak to the governor about the hospital, and he's going to assure us that he would do everything in his power to help us as much as possible. And we're working on that with him, and it's a waiting game right now to see what happens with the hospital. But there's nothing really that I could do, or the governor said he could do at the moment, because it's a private entity. But we're just gonna see what happens, and we'll go from there. So this week may be a week to tell us what's actually gonna happen. So that's what we're waiting on. All right, Mr. Bennett is not here tonight, is he? Okay, so he's not here, but Mr. South is, so he gets to speak next.
Gail's doing a great job. Really not that much new. I mean, we sold 1,300 in permits last month. We had the movement to get the renovations done on some of these old houses are just an absolute eyesore. It's actually coming along pretty smoothly, and it's being done, as I told you once before, in phases. And one of the reasons for this is, there's several reasons. One is that we have an open end on the time, as Freddie and I, you heard Freddie and I talk about that before when we redid the ordinance, so that we didn't put a time limit because different houses require different things. So what I've done is given a 6-month on the ones that are more critical to develop a plan and get something going with it. The ones that are less critical, I have letters going out to them as well. And these are your basic cleanup things, and I gave them 45 days on these. There may be some slight structural damage, maybe, some things they need to take care of, something. So the time frame is going to be a little bit different on those. Overall response from the people who have received the letters that I've heard from has actually been pretty positive. The general attitude has been, yes, I knew it was in that kind of shape. I've been intending to do something about it. I just need a little kick in the butt to get me started. So I haven't heard any negativity on it so far. I'm not telling anyone anything they don't know when you send these letters out. They're already aware it's their property. And we do have a few hitches here and there, and I'm sure that we'll run into some more of them. And some of these houses, if the owner has died and they were on TennCare, then TennCare puts a claim on the house. And we have that right now. I'm still waiting to watch one attorney who's taking care of TennCare, their interest, and the other attorney who told the state of Tennessee to pass the IBC code. They're going to have to get in court and fight this out because they're both state laws. And so we just have to kind of wait and see game on those. I mean, I don't know where the TennCare houses are, what's going to happen with them. They're obviously a liability to the state more than they are an asset if they're already beyond 50% of their value from dilapidation. So, whether or not the state of Tennessee wants to take on that and do the demolition, it's a wait and see game at this point. So that's kind of where we are with everything. More letters went out today. And we don't want to overflow the appeal process should someone want to appeal this, because the appeal board has to meet and hear each case individually. And I certainly don't want to overwhelm them. But other than that, everything's smooth.
Has anyone appealed yet? that you
Not
talked
yet.
to?
Not yet.
So they
You
know.
see, they've got a pretty good time frame there.
And what about that? Can you change that yourself? I mean, how does that work?
I
How can that
wouldn't-
time frame be changed?
I wouldn't want to change the time frame on the ones that are more than 50% gone. Because there's also the issue of notifying the state for a demolition permit. See, before we were issuing demolition permits illegally, we can't technically issue a demolition permit without the state being notified 10 days in advance. They have to go through the paperwork, and then they allow us to issue that demolition permit. And that's based on whether or not the presence of asbestos is there.
So, I mean, you don't have to hear from them for 6 months, right?
I give them 6 months to develop. See, some of these people are not going to have the money. Yes, I gave them 6 months. And that length of time, but if they haven't done something within that 10-month or the 6-month time frame is up, if they've done nothing with it, they forfeit it.
Okay. And then it's,
That make it a little clearer. And the other thing is, once again, when I sent these letters, how long's it been, Gail? It's been over a month, hasn't it?
Yeah.
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 And we talked about the issue with the asbestos, what it was gonna cost for them to get an asbestos inspection, so Gail scheduled me to go down for training in asbestos next week so that the city can do these without them having to pay an outrageous price. And that's time consuming. That's why we put that out there that far.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. South. Mr. Allred couldn't be here tonight. He texted me a while ago. He had something come up, so he couldn't be here. So we'll move on to old business. We don't have any. So now we'll go to new business, approval of the financial statements for May 2019.
The general fund, ending balance, $214,506.04. Water and sewer fund, $1,103,744.15. Natural gas fund, $1,750,127.60, with a grand total of $3,068,377.79.
I need a motion to approve the financial statement.
Make a motion to approve it.
Motion made by Mr. Cooper. Any discussion? If not, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Ms. Duncan. Roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All 4, none against.
Number 2 is approval of the monthly bills for May 2019.
A total of $328,811.60. And that's including the natural gas bill.
Including natural gas bill. Do I have a motion to approve the monthly bills?
I make the motion.
Motion made by Ms. Pendergrass. Any discussion? If not, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Ledbetter. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All 4, none against.
All right, next on here is approval of a special call meeting dates for the budget. We've come up with one on June the 20th at 5 o'clock here at City Hall. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I'll make the motion.
Make the motion by Ms. Ledbetter. Any discussion? Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Ms. Duncan. Roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All 4, none against.
All right.
Do we need a motion?
Yeah, we need to make a motion to add to the agenda emergency hire.
For the sewer plant. For the sewer plant.
Water-
Sewer plant.
Sewer plant, yes, I'm sorry. At sewer plant. So you keep me on that. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve.
Motion made by Ms. Matthews,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Ledbetter. Any discussion? If not, we'll do a roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All 4, none against.
All right, now, we need an approval to do the emergency hire for the sewer plant.
I make the motion to Do the emergency hire for the sewer plant.
Made by Ms. Pendergrass. Do I have any more discussion?
Who they are? We just hired one there, didn't we, not long ago?
Yeah, that's right. He left Friday. That's the reason we're doing this now, because he left Friday. So we're gonna get somebody in there for 30 days and we come back next month. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Ledbetter. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
All right.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Virginia Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
Or,
All 4, none against.
All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
Everybody makes a motion.
Everybody think,
And now is everybody second?
everybody think.
do you have something?
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
We recognize Mr. Ramsey for winning the PAUD.
Yes, that's right. Sorry, I wrote that down and left it on my desk. I'm sorry, Chris.
I'm sorry, repeat. What are we doing?
Chris won the, what was it, the
TAU.
Operator of the Year?
Yes, sir.
For the Tennessee Utility District this year, here in Jamestown, and he works at the water plant, and I think we all should give him a round of applause.
Very
Sorry,
much
Chris, I did write
deserved.
that down, but I left it on my desk, so that's my fault.
Very much deserved.
All right. Yes,
Could I get clarification on your earlier statement about the water? You said the city hadn't done anything towards the water.
yeah.
But you have given permission to Tennessee American Water to assess the system. when
We
it comes
also,
about.
we give them notice to look at their financials and our financials, and as far as this went, there's nothing else gonna happen right now.
Okay.
Yep. All right, anybody else? Now I need a second to adjourn. Everybody.
I second.
Everybody, okay. Everybody in favor say aye? Aye. Nobody say no.